Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Amra and this is Amra's Beauty Blog. If you're a subscriber, then a welcome return. If you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for weekly uploads. So I've got a number of things that I'll be doing, but the first thing I wanted to show you is this. This has just launched, and normally I'm a bit slow to get on this boat of the launch for Natasha Denona palettes because she tends to launch them when I'm on holiday. It's really odd, and I don't know why. I always tend to kind of miss when she's launching. I think I only caught it once when I did the I Need a Nude palette. This is I Need a Warm palette, and this caught my eye immediately because I love warm colours. Although I do like cool tone shades, and you've probably seen me wear cool tone shades, this kind of really screamed out to me. First of all, I just want to apologise that I've got two colours on my nails and nothing else. I just tried out the new Suku nail polishes, which I picked up from Harrods yesterday, and I haven't had time to wipe it off, so apologies on that. So this is the I Need a Nude palette, and it's Natasha Denona's new palette. It's 24-month shelf life, and there are 15 shades in this palette. You get 18.15 grams of product, or 0.640 ounces. There are some beautiful shades in here. I did a little video clip earlier of it in the sunshine because it's beautiful outside today. Tomorrow's going to be raining, so I thought let me film this and show you it in sunlight. This is a Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. It's stunning. If you love warm colours, this is for you. This is for those beauties that are sort of medium skin tone or who are darker, who really want that warm tone in their eyeshadows. You can see here they are beautiful shades. So you can see how beautiful these shades are. I will just read you from the top. So you've got Soft Spot, Fancy, Mellow, Phenomena and Ripe. You've got Elm, Snug, Vim, Push, Feather, and then you've got underneath Pep, Homey, Hanker, Dynamism and Flash Over. It says there are matte shades, and then there's also metallic and sparkling shades. This is made in Italy. Very excited about this palette. It's my kind of palette. So you can see all the names and the shades there. But isn't that a gorgeous palette? The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to swatch each line, starting from the top, the middle and the bottom. And then I'm going to try and do a look with this palette. The top shade on here is Soft Spot. So let me just take Soft Spot. So this is Soft Spot. And it's my kind of colour that I would put as a sort of base shade, definitely. Then we're going to go into the next shade, which is Fancy. Fancy is a kind of metallic-y shade. That's very pretty. That's Fancy. Then we're going to go into Mellow. Mellow is like, again, a really lovely shade to put down first. Nice. So that's Mellow. Then we're going to go into Phenomena, which, oh, I love this. This is like a kind of really beautiful shade that kind of moves with the light. Stunning. And then we're going to go into the final shade, which is Ripe. Again, a lovely matte shade, which I would happily put down as a kind of matte colour. So that's the first row. Okay, so let's move on to the middle line now. We're just going to swatch those. First one's called Elm, so let's take a look at Elm. So that's a lovely shade. We're going to move on to the next one now. This one is called Snug. And then we're going to go into Vim, which is this matte shade. And then we're going to go into Push. And then we're going to end on Feather, which is this sort of deeper brown. It's really lovely, this shade. Gorgeous. So this is the middle row. So let's move on to the final row. We're going to start off with this one, which is called Pep. This one looks quite dark. Pep. Then we're going to move into the next one, which is called Homey. That's a nice shade. And then we're going into Hanker. That's a lovely brown. Gorgeous. Then we're going to go into Dynamism, which is this one here. Feels gorgeous, this one. Dynamism, I like this shade. Very pretty. And then we're going to go into the final shade, which is Flash Over. So let's put Flash Over on here. This might be my favourite row, actually. It's gorgeous. So what I thought I might do is I might challenge myself and actually do 3 looks. So I'm thinking of doing a look with the top row, a look with the second row, and a look with the third row, just because it just looked really interesting on the arm when I was swatching them. So let's start off with the first look. So I'm going to take probably one of the lighter shades and just kind of make the eye look matte and ready. So let's take the shade Mellow. And I like that, it's just kind of made everything more sort of even. And then I'm going to go into the shade Ripe, which is there. I'm just putting that on my crease. Again, that's just kind of lifted it up a little bit just to make it look a little bit more neutral and matte. And then I like Soft Spot because I feel like that's a really good outer V colour. So I'm going to go in with Soft Spot, which is that first shade there. And I'm taking Soft Spot and just putting it in the crease like that. So the top row has kind of given me a lot of matte shades. So there's like 3 matte shades on top. And now I'm thinking I'm going to take Phenomena. I'm going to put that on sort of the top of my eye there. Because of the way this looks, I like to use my fingers. So I'm going to take Phenomena, use my ring finger and go in. I'm just going to put it on my eye like so. It's a lovely shade. And just kind of made the eyes pop, putting a little bit more in the centre of the lid. There's also one shade here called Fancy, and I might use Fancy on the inner corner of the eye. So I'm going to take Fancy, which is this shade here. It's quite soft when I touch it. I'm just going to put it on the inner corner of my eyes. And just take the excess and put it on the brow bone. A little bit on my Cupid's bow. And a tad bit on the tip of my nose. Okay, so I've just gone away, I've added some mascara, some liner and some brow, and I realised that I just need to add a bit of concealer, and I wanted to show you Kosas. This is a concealer from them and it's their Revealer Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer. I picked this up when I was in Australia and I never got around to showing you this, and I thought what better time than show you now. So I was colour matched to 060, which is medium tan with olive undertones. We tried some of the others but they just didn't work as well on me, and I've heard rave reviews about this concealer. I wanted to show it to you today. So this is the hand swatch of the Kosas concealer in 060. So I just want to kind of brighten under the eyes a little bit. So I'm just taking a little bit here, and doing the same on both sides. And then I'm just going to blend it out now. So I've got my Sonia G brush. This is her Jumbo Worker brush. And I'm literally going to just take the shade and blend it with the brush. And I'm just using it to kind of clean up any sort of eyeshadow that might have fallen or anything like that. But to be honest, Natasha Denona eyeshadows don't really fall out. So it's just more to clean up under the eye and just make the eye a little bit more brighter, and I think it's already doing its job, but you can see that it's really creamy and it's a lovely texture, and you can see how I've just blended that out. It's so easy to blend out. You can take any remainder and just pat it where you feel like you need a bit of coverage. Wow, I'm really impressed how quickly that blended out, and it's super smooth. Looks really lovely under the eye. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. So I thought, since we're just exploring things that I haven't reviewed, it would be good to look at Charlotte Tilbury. These were the Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow bronzers that she brought out, and I have the brush as well, which is the bronzing brush, and I wanted to just bronze up my skin a little bit because this is like a warm palette, so I thought it would look really nice doing that. I've got two shades, I've got medium and tan, and I'm going to show you how they look. So I'll show you medium here and then I'll show you tan, and you can decide what would suit you better. Medium says it's for face and body, infused with hyaluronic acid and vitamin D. It looks like that. It's 21 grams of product, 24-month shelf life, made in Italy. Beautiful design. Brush is gorgeous, so just showing you how it looks, and this is how it looks. I think I already tested this out, but I just wanted to show you how it looks on my skin. We're going to take the brush and we're going to go into the shade medium first. I'm just literally just taking the brush and just twirling it around that twirl, and I'm just going to dab it onto my skin here. I mean, you can see that it's not majorly strong, even though it looks quite strong in the pan. So it's kind of building up the consistency and how strong you want it, but like that is medium and it's not hugely like strong, but you can still see that it's given me a lovely effect on my skin. So I'm just putting it just under my chin there, just on the jawline, and I'm just blending it out on this side because I want to show you medium on this side first. But that looks really pretty. And then we're going to go in with the other shade now on the other side, so you can see. So this is the other one, and it's in the shade tan. And I thought when I come back from holiday, I'm more likely to use this shade because I'll have a tan. So currently I am non-holiday right now, so this looks really nice. And then when I come back after my holiday, I will use this shade. So this is the shade tan. You can see it's deeper. Let me compare side by side, but you can see that this is lighter and this is slightly more darker. Going into that lovely twirly chocolatey colour. It's absolutely gorgeous, this shade. And I'm just going to put it here, but you can see already it's already kind of darker, and I'm going to have to blend this out because it's a lot darker than I thought. You can see the difference in the two shades, and I'm just going to go in. Here we go. So I'm just literally blending it out because that's a lot darker than I thought it would be. But you can see that on the jawline it's darker as well, comparing the two, and I've blended that out. You can make it work if you've got like a tan skin like me and kind of just blend it out if it's too dark. In some ways, sometimes you don't want to have to build the colour up and you just want it to work straight away, and that's when this tan shade is at its best, and then medium is when you just want to build it up and build it up. So this is the shade medium, which you can see is really pretty still, and this is the shade tan. You know, I'm going to use tan when I come back from holiday, and then when I'm not on holiday, that's the colour I normally am, so I'll probably use mediums. These are the two shades. So what I'm going to do is take the brush and just balance it out so you can see that they're kind of equal. It's really just taking the excess off the brush, but this brush is too cute. It's so cute. So here are the hand swatches of the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer, and the top one is medium and the bottom one is tan. So then what I thought I'd do was show you Lisa Eldridge's Elevated Glow in the shade Celestial Fire. I thought this would be good to show you because this look is a warm look. So I thought let's just go full throttle and put this on. Now I swatched this in store. I was really afraid because I felt like maybe it was too dark for me. But actually, because I'm going to be going on holiday soon, but also because this kind of looks like a tan look, I think this will look gorgeous as like a highlighter. I may have shown this before in a previous video, but this is what the glass bottle looks like. It's stunning, and this one has 13ml, which is quite a lot of product actually, 0.43 fluid ounces. It is made in Italy with a shelf life of 12 months. This is the hand swatch of Lisa Eldridge Celestial Fire. And normally I would just dab it up here. Oops, maybe I've put too much. And then the same here. That's so pretty. I'm just going to blend it out. So I'm going to take the brush that I use for my concealer. This is a Jumbo Worker brush. And I'm just going to put it in the areas where I'd like that highlight to come through. But isn't that just a stunning highlight? Lisa's smashed it as usual. Very pretty. Isn't that lovely? So pretty. And it's just given the look just something a bit extra. And I'm just taking the excess and putting it on parts of my face where I want a little bit of highlight. It's very pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. So I am really happy with this look, and I just wanted to show you some other pieces I've got. This is from Pat McGrath. It's the Dramatic Lip Pencil, and I have got a few more I need to show you, but I thought for this look, Flesh 3 would look gorgeous. I've got Flesh 3, which I recently picked up, and it's this gorgeous shade, which I think will look stunning with this look. So this is the shade Flesh 3, and I just think it's gonna look beautiful. I'm just gonna show you the swatch. So this is the shade Flesh 3, and isn't that just stunning? Okay, so let's put Flesh 3 on. Oh, isn't that stunning? Super, super creamy. I kind of just want to outline the lips first and then take the colour and just paint it. Wow. I'm so glad that I picked this up. Pat, I don't know if she still has the sale on. It was 30% off, and I picked up the rest of her Dramatic lip pencils. They are the best formula I've ever tried for lip pencils. And it's like a hybrid. It's a lip pencil with a lipstick. Very similar to NARS and the lip pencils, but I feel like this is better because it's more creamier and it feels beautiful on the lips. So this is everything with the lip pencil. And I'm going to show you another look with the eyes. But this is the first look, and oh my God, isn't that just gorgeous? Using the new Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette with some Charlotte Tilbury on my cheeks with some Lisa Eldridge, and the lip is Pat, and the foundation is Tom Ford. So beautiful. So I'm just going to quickly colour in this bit so you can intensify the lips as well, but it's just gorgeous. This is look number 1. Okay, so I've just removed the eyeshadow and we're moving on to the second look now. So I'm going to take the second line and show you a look with that. Okay, so I think I'm going to take Fervor, if I don't pronounce that right, and I'm going to take that shade and just put it all over my lid. It's a really nice colour actually. You can even wear this shade on its own, like for a day look, because it's like having a bronzer on your eyelids. The shade is so nice. I want to kind of show you the rest of the shades. So I am now going to put on the shade Vim, which is this one here, and just put that on the outer V because it's a bit darker and it's just deepened the crease. Very, very nice. The consistency of Natasha Denona and her eyeshadows is so good. Like the mattes just feel so lovely on the skin, and it's already created such a gorgeous look. I'm looking pretty tanned already because I've got other makeup on, but it just works. I've taken those two matte shades and now we're going to go into those more gorgeous sort of satin and metallic shades. So I feel like I am going to take the shade Snug and Push. They're slightly different. I think Snug is slightly lighter than Push. Push might be the one to just put on the middle part of my eyes, but let's see Push first. So I'm going to take my finger and you can see that Push is here. Oh, that's nice. Can you see that? That's lovely. And I've just kind of added that to my eyelid and it's just created a lovely effect. That is so pretty. I like Push a lot. When I swatched it, I don't think I was that excited, but on the eyes, it's really pretty. Really pretty. It's so lovely, her formula. It doesn't feel like chunky or doesn't feel like it's gonna drop at all. It's really, really nice. We can use a little bit of Snug because it's a little bit lighter. It's this shade on the end here. So I'm gonna just take my little finger and take Snug. And you can see it's a little bit lighter in the shade. And just put it on the middle part of my eye just to make it pop a little bit because it's a little bit lighter, but really it's not made a huge difference. But I really like the way that this has looked immediately on application. I actually think I might prefer this line to the first look that I did. I feel like this has a bit more of a pop to it. It's really pretty on the eyelids, you can see that. And then finally I'm going to take Elm, which is this more lighter shade on the end, and I'm going to use Elm like a highlighter on the inner corner to just make it pop. And what I love is she's really thought through, Natasha, how these colours all work in unison together. You can see that it's really brightened the arch brow on each side. And I'm just taking a little bit more of the colour and putting it on my Cupid's bow, a little bit on the tip of my nose. Oh, I think I really like this one. I thought the first one was pretty, but this one is prettier. Isn't that gorgeous? The second look is done and I'm going to add some lip and then we'll move on to the third look. I've got so many shades, I can't put them all on, so I'm going to have to be selective. I might try this one. This is CORALUST and this is one of Pat's more lighter shades. I thought, let's give it a go, why not? We'll take CORALUST. It's a bit more of a lighter shade. So this is the shade CORALUST and I'm just going to do a hand swatch for you now. It's a little bit more lighter in tone. Alright, so let's take CORALUST and I'm just going to put it on my lips now. This is such a summery shade. Just taking the shade and just using my finger to soften it a bit on the edges. I almost want to use this like a blurred colour because I feel like the eyes are where the story is being told and this is kind of like something just to add, but this is a gorgeous shade. This is CORALUST. Honestly, don't sleep on these pencils. Everybody, please listen to me. These are good pencils. It's so hard because I feel like these pencils have been not talked about enough and just have gone off the radar, but these shades are just glorious and absolutely beautiful on a darker and a deeper skin tone. This is the shade CORALUST with everything on as well, and this is look number 2. So pretty. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you look number 2. I am very happy with this palette. I am so glad I picked it up. I am very excited that this is the look that I've created because, you know, when you first get a palette, you're not sure how it's going to work with things that you have, and I feel like I can make this work with a lot of the products that I showed you today. If you have similar products, you don't need to go out and buy these particular ones. It's just beautiful, and I'm loving this Tom Ford foundation. It is sitting so well. I'm going to do a check-in now with this foundation because I've had it on for almost an hour and a half now. This is such a beautiful look. This is look number 2. Right, so we are now on the last line. This is going to be the third look and I am very excited. So we're going to try this last line here. It's the more cooler of the warm, if that makes sense. So I think the others are a little bit more warm. I'm going to take Flash Over. I'm just going to put that on the lid. So Flash Over is this shade here. And I'm just placing it all over the lid, which is a nice shade. It just gives it a lovely kind of smoky brown kind of look. And then I'm going to go in with Pep, which is this shade at the end, which is a little bit more cooler toned, but a bit darker, so it will look nice as a crease shade. So I'm just going in. Both of these shades are like matte shades. Very pretty. Wow. Looks lovely on the eyes. It's just given this eye just a lovely kind of shape. I like what that's done, and it's given me kind of smoky vibes. Hanker looks like an interesting shade. I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to use this because it's not exactly brown. It looks kind of almost greeny, but has a lovely effect. So I'm going to go in and try Hanker with my finger and pick it up like that. And I'm going to put Hanker sort of around here. And it's got this sort of greeny brown effect. Very pretty. And I'm just putting it on the eyelid and then taking it slightly into the inner corner. I think what it's doing is just giving the eye some lovely dimension. I'm feeling smoky vibes from this bottom line, so I'm going to take Pep again, and I'm just going to take the shade and put a little bit on the lower lash line because it's slightly more darker, and give myself a bit of a lower eyeliner effect. By the way, the concealer is holding up really beautifully. It's not exaggerating anything. It looks really, really nice actually. So I'm going to take the shade Dynamism with my finger because I really like this shade, and I'm going to put it on the center of the lid because I feel like this is going to add some dimension and make it pop. Can you see that? It really does. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. It's definitely giving me smoky vibes, this bottom line. Something that I would wear most likely in the evening because it has that vibe, that whole line. I feel like I need like a cocktail or something because it's just looking very, very smoky in a really beautiful way. Then I've got my final shade, which is Homey. I'm going to use that as a highlighter inner corner shade because it's got that kind of beautiful vibe to it. Oh, gosh, I really love this palette. It's really interesting, the shades. They're really complementary to each other as well, creating such a gorgeous eye look. Right, so I thought seeing this look, and because it's quite a smoky eye, I wanted to go quite light on the lips because I want the eyes to do the talking. I've gone with the shade Nude Venus in Pat's new Dramatique Mega Lip Pencil. So let me do a hand swatch before I do that. This is Nude Venus. Okay, so let's put on Nude Venus on together. And that's a really pretty shade. It's giving me Brigitte Bardot vibes because it's that smoky eye with that really light lip. I'm going to use my ring finger and just blend the lip out again, just to create again that blurred effect. Because something like this, I don't think it needs a lot of definition because it's all about the eyes, and this is just to add a bit of colour to the lips, but it's a gorgeous shade. This is Pat's shade in Nude Venus. And I've just blurred it a bit. And then if you've got any excess, just you can add it to your cheeks, which is what I'm doing here. And just to give it a little bit more of a sort of cohesive look. I mean, it's just adding a dash of colour to the cheeks and going in again with that shade just to emphasise that kind of nude look to the lips. It's so pretty. I mean, I love this eyeshadow palette. It's so pretty. And this is finally look 3. So this is the final look, look number 3. I just wanted to add this last little thing in. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Extra Glow Setting Spray. I used to use this when I was growing up. It was one of the things that would really help my makeup not to budge at all. I'm very excited, but we're going to try this one now because this has extra glow. Let's see how it sort of withstands the test of time. So I'm going to spray it on now. So I'm just going to let that rest and live, see if my makeup sort of stays in place. This is a product that is a cult staple. It's something that everyone's used throughout the years, and it's their new Extra Glow, and I just thought let's just put it on just to see how the makeup sits throughout the day. Okay, so that is everything. I am so impressed with this palette. Again, when I buy Natasha Denona, I don't know it's gonna look amazing. I just know that you're never gonna get bad quality eyeshadow with Natasha Denona. I discovered Natasha Denona in Australia, and I remember the feeling that I felt when I was at the counter. They had them all out on display, and I think I put my fingers in the tester and I literally just rotated my fingers in there, and I remember feeling like it was one of the most nicest formulas I'd felt apart from Pat. That's when I was sold on Natasha Denona. So I am never expecting bad quality from Natasha Denona when it comes to her eyeshadows. I always buy her eyeshadows because I know they're going to be really, really pretty and really good. So with this palette, I think for my skin tone, it is bang on the best colour story for my skin tone. If you're of a medium complexion or darker, you are going to love this palette because there are so many colours to play with. I love the way she's kind of organised the shadows as well, because I did literally just go like that across, and just doing that had already created this gorgeous sort of look. And I love the way they look slightly different each look. The way she's sort of set this up, her palette, it's just really fun and exciting and intriguing, and I just enjoy using her palette so much. I really love this. You probably can't tell, right? And I highly recommend this if you are of my skin tone or deeper. It will suit a fairer skin tone, but I think most fairer skin tones look really good in sort of cool toned palettes, where this is leaning, like it says here, towards a warm palette. So if you are of a warmer complexion or you enjoy warm eyeshadows, this is going to be your go-to. You're going to love this. In terms of the concealer, the Kosas concealer was amazing. I love it. Very creamy. I've actually just repurchased the NARS creamy concealer, and I will do a side-by-side comparison on my TikTok because I think that a lot of people will want to see the difference between the two because they're very creamy. They're quite similar in texture. The Celestial Fire from Lisa Eldridge, oh my god, I mean, isn't it gorgeous? And then the bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, beautiful, really added some depth to my face, gave it some shape, just because I had the foundation on from Tom Ford, which by the way I am loving. My skin looks really beautiful. I mean, when I bought this I wasn't sure how it was going to sit with other makeup, but I'm loving this foundation. The lip products from Pat, so good. I'm so glad I got all the shades now. I think I picked up all of them, and I wish I picked up the entire collection at the beginning, but I wasn't sure, and then now I just love every single shade and it all looks beautiful on my skin tone, which I'm very relieved and pleased about. I am very happy with the looks that I've created. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you picked up this palette? It's very popular. I know a lot of people want to get this. I am so impressed. Natasha, you've done it again. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.